3, 2, 1. Juice Talk TV, what it do? It's your main man, Cool Tay, back with another one. Today on the show, we got the one and only, back on the show for like the 100th time. 4 years in a row straight, one and only GM Ronnie Bo. This guy's probably the most controversial person here in the city of Milwaukee at the moment, as we could say. How you feeling, dog? Welcome back.
Good, bro. Happy New Year, man. To everybody. You know what I mean? I started my New Year off different. I ain't been doing no alcohol, no drugs, or nothing, man. Trying to keep a fresh mind and execute the will of God this year.
Why is that?
Why?
What made?
That's who this is.
Go ahead.
This the guy that's right here. This is Alexis, mom. Hello?
Hey, you come?
Yeah, but look, I'm in the middle of the interview. I was calling because bro, he got a lot of respect for you, you know what I'm saying? And he just wanted to make sure when we touching on certain topics that that's okay with you. Like you already know I ain't gonna talk about shit that you don't want me to talk about, but he just wanted, you know, out of respect, he just wanted to know that's okay on his platform.
Yeah, it just kind of depend on, certain things, I don't want to talk about, but certain things, you kind of feel what I want to talk about.
For sure. We're gonna protect who need to be protected. I'm the only one I ain't worried about being protected. So you know what I mean? But yeah, I just wanted him to hear from you, basically. Tay, this the mama right here.
How you doing, Miss Patterson?
Peace, peace. I'm well in yourself.
I'm blessed. Nice to hear from you. I just
Oh, cool.
I just wanted
Pretty
to.
cool. I've been checking you out for a little while now. I see my daughter was on your platform too.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so it's cool. I allow certain things to be talked about, but he kind of know what not to say, and what to say to just protect, um, certain things, Rodney.
Yeah, man, you out of eye, so we good. But don't
I just wanted to know, if it was okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Say first thing. Talk about Kenya, the girl, missing children, but personal stuff that we talk, no.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
for sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna call you as soon as I
Call me when
leave.
you're done.
All right,
Okay. Thank you, young brother. I appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Peace, you guys.
for sure.
Sorry for the interruption, you guys. That was the mother of Alexis Patterson, which we'll get to shortly. But continuing on, 2026. Why have you chose to start the new year off that way?
I feel like I ain't been focused. I feel like I ain't been making the necessary progress I need to make. You know what I'm saying? To do what God put me here to do. I've been, getting the word out there. People know me worldwide. You know what I'm saying? I've been on, you already know, local platforms and global platforms. But I feel like I should. We first went viral almost 3 years ago. And that's where it all started. It was March 2023 to be exact. And it's 2026 now. So it's not about being viral or none of that. It's about touching the right people with the right message. And I don't know if I've been doing that. So
Like I stated when we first started, very controversial, and a lot of people look at you in a good light and a negative light, and I know you can second that. It's not hard to see. I want to know, how does that make you feel when you see certain comments or certain things said about you when people don't understand your situation or what you may have been through or what you may have be going through, and you see these slandering, you know what I mean, comments or situations that's going on? Like, how do that make you feel when you see that?
It's only offensive, like when people who should know better act like they don't know better.
Mm.
Then you gotta get on their ass, you know what I mean? But for the general public, like people who don't know me, it's like I expect that because they're used to people getting on the internet trolling and making up shit. So what make me different? You know what I mean? I got a crazy story, you know what I mean? And it's some of it is unbelievable. So when I see negative comments or whatever, a lot of it helped me because it caused controversy. It make other people want to look into you, and then those other people may be the people you trying to reach. So the negativity helped too. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the haters and the supporters. You know what I'm saying? I need the negative energy and the positive energy. Say the worst thing you could think to say about me is gonna help me. You know what I'm saying? For those who know what it is, you know, thanks for speaking up and saying good things about me. But you know, it don't the negative comments and the bullshit. It don't really bother me. Like for example, when you posted the stuff about JayZ and somebody from my hood got on there and commented. Now that pissed me off because this somebody who I done beat up, done caught a case for. I put blood in his mouth, put bullets in his house. Everybody in the hood know that. And since he want to be known, I'm talking about you, Slim Brown. You know what I mean? Shout out to you. You know what I mean? But it's a documented case. It's paperwork to show that I shot up his house and put blood in his mouth. You know what I mean? Him and his mama called the police on me for that. And I got upset because it's like, bro, you know better to get on here and comment about me, period. You shouldn't be saying nothing about me, good or bad, because you know what it is with me. You know what I mean? So other than that, people who don't know no better, like I can't get mad at a stranger who don't know that I'm a gangster or none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's it's a million people out here getting killed, so it's a million killers out here. You know what I'm saying? So I can't expect them to respect my gangster. You know what I mean? They had got to learn the hard way. And it's, for me, it'd be funny because it's like people don't even know. Because in general, I'm the most kind, humble person you could meet. You know what I mean? But if you take me there, then I'm gonna go there. You know what I mean? And I laugh at it because I know it from experience how people react once you go there. It'd be like, now they want to call the police. Now I'm wrong. You know what I mean? But it is.
Speaking of, not to cut you off because you just gave me a thought. You just mentioned the streets. 21 Savage said "F the streets" not too long ago. I don't know if you've seen that. Have you seen that going around about him protesting "F the streets" and this whole "F the streets" movement and stuff like that? You familiar with that?
Yeah.
How you feel about that movement?
Well, he's saying fuck the streets now because his album didn't do pretty well.
So you think it's on that level? You don't think it's sincere?
Yeah, why he wasn't saying fuck the streets when the streets he was thriving off the streets. You know, he was preaching, killing, and every crime you can think of in the streets. Now it's fuck the streets. Me, it's been fuck the streets with me, but don't start saying fuck the streets now that you done lost the support of the streets. I said fuck the streets because I did Fed time and I've been in and out of jail all my life. And it's like, I'm not finna keep doing that same street shit that I thought was the way of life. You know, I grew up thinking the streets was the way of life. So I probably never really look at the streets how they trying to get people to look at the streets because the streets made me what I am. But for me as a individual in my personal life, it's like fuck the streets because I'm not trying to go back to that lifestyle. It's too much come with it. I'm not trying to keep going to jail. You know what I mean? It's more to life. So
yeah, a lot of people was touched by that comment, that statement, whatever you want to say. A lot of people feel like the streets helped them, and a lot of people feel like you in the streets to get out the streets. You know what I mean? You don't get out the streets to make it to come back.
For sure.
So you know, what I mean, it was a touchy subject, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, are you? I know you're familiar about the Diddy case. You know, it's a lot of shit going on with that. And it's not funny. I don't want to say it's funny, but it's crazy because it reminds me of when you first came on the show and you was talking about your Rkelly situation. You know, meeting him. Well, you know, being in the vicinity with him. What do you think about this Diddy situation? Yet alone the documentary. A lot of information, a lot of footage, a lot of knowledge. What you think?
Man, it's a lot of it's people like Diddy in Milwaukee. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? It's gatekeepers, and you know when you got certain ties and you got a little power, and you know people kind of like depend on you trying to get to where you at. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you misuse and abuse that power. And it's really people like some of these gatekeepers, they really got like little policies and rituals set in place to where it's like if you want to get to this level, then you know what I'm saying, you gotta let a motherfucker go up your
mm,
go
go
put
there.
something up in your ass, you know what I mean? For real though, it's really like that. And I know from experience, you know, I've been some people just now becoming familiar with me, but you know, and a lot of other people know that I've been like campaigning as a artist. I've been a public figure for over 20 years now. You know what I mean? So I know, you know what I'm saying? It's people, you know, that's why I be exposing people, bro, because I know, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know. They look up to certain people and it's like I know the real behind that person, you know what I mean? But it's people right here in Milwaukee be throwing little freaky ass parties and
Mm,
you know, when I get invited, be like, bro, don't even play with me like that, bro.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? The feet, like for the females who rock with me, you know what I'm saying, on another level, like I'm not saying like I fuck with a lot of females. Like in my younger days, I fucked with a lot of females on different levels. You know what I'm saying? I was fucking every female that I was attracted to down there. But I still have bonds with certain females, and most of them I never fucked. And some of them see me as a brother, so they get around certain people, and they come back and tell me like, bro, why this nigga wanted me to play with his booty hole with a dildo and shit like that.
mm,
And there's people right here in the city. So when I hear about a Diddy, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Whoop de doo. You know what I'm saying? Like shit. If these niggas doing it on this level, I could just imagine what a nigga with that much money and power doing. Cause when you got so much money and power, bro, like you get bored doing typical shit that
mm,
everybody else doing. You want to try new shit.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? You know you can fuck every girl that you want to fuck now because you got it, even if you have to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Like then these niggas start thinking now they want to fuck a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
it's crazy.
So man, I ain't gonna say free Diddy because you know what I mean. Diddy, Diddy, a wild boy. He probably needed to sit. No, he needed to sit down for a minute. He did some wild shit.
Speaking of 50 Cent's ex, I don't know if it was his wife or just his girlfriend. It was the girl that Diddy ended up, you know, dating or being with. So there's an interview out with a young gentleman. I don't know his name exactly, but there's an interview out with him, and he's actually a pornography star. So Diddy wife, which is or Diddy's girl, which is 50 Cent's ex, hires the young man to come over to have sex with them both. Not just her, but her and Diddy. And but the interview is out. It's out there on it's on Vlad. How do you think? I mean, what do you think about that? Like, how do you feel about that situation? Like, first of all, 50 Cent's ex, and now it's Diddy's new partner. and now they're combining with another gentleman, whoever, how many times they do this. So that just go to show you about, both of them in a sense. Is Diddy wrong
Is Diddy wrong?
for doing that to 50's woman?
No, they don't like each other. I done fucked a lot of females just because I'm into it with a baby daddy or their boyfriend or something. That be like I might not even like her.
This is
myself.
50's baby mom, I believe.
It is. I know what you're talking about. That's why 50 put the Netflix documentary out. 50 a spiteful, strategic dude. You play with him, he gonna get back at you in some way. So, he probably felt like Diddy was doing that just to fuck with him and piss him off. So it's like, okay, I get the last laugh. But
she was enjoying it though. She had to be enjoying herself in order to invite other gentlemen to have these crazy parties, crazy situations going on. I mean, if you watch the interview with the guy, I mean, he tells us that she paid him and they did some crazy things and he enjoyed it. Even when Diddy joined in, he enjoyed it.
Man, I mean, it go on, bro. Like, I think we got a lot of more interesting topics to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I think we got better things to discuss, man. I told you this shit go on with these niggas, man. You got some freaky niggas who want to do some strange shit, man. Some people,
man,
willing to do something strange for a piece of change.
It's
man.
crazy work, man. It's crazy work.
Yeah.
So what you think about the documentary though in general?
I actually watched it too. I think it was kind of boring, but it was very interesting in another way because you get to people, especially in my generation, we've been like, I never really liked Diddy that much because I like Pac, but Diddy been a major figure since I was a kid. You know what I mean? So to finally get to see who he really is as a person, it just it's enlightening. You know what I'm saying? It makes you look at people in life different in general.
All right, moving on. He says it's other different topics we could talk about. So this guy TyTy, did I say it right? TY or TY? Is it TyTy? JayZ's right hand man implicated in a murder plot against Milwaukee rapper Ronnie Bo. Now this goes back to the beginning where we was talking about how you're very controversial, how you have a very unique story in general, and then how you always have another unique story and another unique story and another unique story. What's up with this situation?
With TyTy, I don't know TyTy, but TyTy is the right hand man and best friend of JayZ. Now, when we first went viral, we went viral based on me being locked up with Rkelly. God is my witness. I was locked up with Rkelly for about 21 months at MCC Chicago. There's niggas who done got out and vouched for that. You know what I'm saying? God is my witness that I done had many talks with Rkelly. God is my witness. Like, I'm not the only person there in MCC Chicago who Rkelly spoke about JayZ to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just one of them, but I'm just one who happened to already be a public figure and go viral. So with me going viral, and I made the point that Rkelly is not really locked up for what people think he locked up for. You got people in the government and in the industry who got a lot of money and power, and they have different agendas. If Rkelly was locked up because he was messing with 14-year-olds or whatever, then JayZ would be locked up for that. That was my only point. JayZ, just how Rkelly came out with Aaliyah, and he didn't. He had his moments with Aaliyah, and JayZ also came with Foxy Brown, who was like 14 to 15 at the time. And just how they were saying, people were saying Rkelly was fucking Aaliyah. People were saying JayZ fucking Foxy Brown. We seen like a year after I went viral for making that point, JayZ actually got sued for fucking a 13-year-old. So that showed that I wasn't just making up shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason why he was sued for fucking the 13-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's because I spoke out. Maybe it's because Jaguar Rice spoke out. I don't know. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, when you speak out and you start affecting people's image and what they built, you become a threat. And you become a threat that they want to eliminate. Maybe I became so outspoken and so convincing that he felt like he wanted to eliminate me. But once I went viral, you know yourself, once I went viral, I started traveling to other cities and states to do interviews. When I went to New York, I ended up getting shot. You know what I'm saying? According to the paperwork, which is documented in the feds, they tried to say I got shot because of TyTy. TyTy happens to be JayZ's best friend. So now they tie it to JayZ. It's a crazy story, but I'm not the one making this shit up. You know from yourself. We sitting here right now, eye to eye. You know damn well when I got shot, I didn't want to do no interviews about it, right? I didn't want to speak on where it happened at. I didn't want to speak on who I thought shot me or nothing, right? I even told you, like, bro, just hold back. Cause you like, man, this a major part of your story, bro. I think we need to publicize this. And what I tell you.
Not right now.
Absolutely. So that lets you know, like, I didn't want to put this story out there, but it came out anyway. You know what I'm saying? You saw other people talking about it anyway. So you like, shit, I'm gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? You put it out, other people put it out. Now people it's a rumor. It became a rumor, like not in Milwaukee. Like Milwaukee just now catching on. Actually, it's a rumor in Milwaukee now because they just now catching on. But this was a rumor in the industry. It was a rumor nationwide and even internationally. People was talking about this. I was on platforms in the United Kingdom like Sean Atwood talking about this. So people would think you making up certain things for views or whatever, but shit. I don't really get paid off views. It's putting me in a situation to where I could get paid off views if I do it right. If I start a podcast or if I start charging people for interviews, which I haven't been doing, then I could make money off of it. But that's the crazy thing. Like, can't nobody so far tell you that I charge them for an interview, bro. You know what I mean? I write books. I wanted to get my story out. And then my situation with the feds, I wanted to expose the feds. So that's why I started getting on these platforms. Just so happened, certain things went viral. I was locked up with Rkelly, so people want to know more about that. You know what I mean? And I spoke on that, and it some of the things related to JayZ, and now it's controversy revolving around me and JayZ because of that. But that was never my intentions. I came out because I wanted to expose the government and I wanted to promote my books.
Speaking of, you talked about pretty much how people don't understand certain situations, certain people's life stories, or basically how they can just understand and interpret how things come about for a person. You always find yourself in some type of, don't take this the wrong way, some type of situation, either good or bad. But you also end up having the ability to obtain some type of knowledge too. And you always want to, get it out there. With that being said, you know, the viewers and the fans, they already heard the conversation, they already heard the phone call. Alexis Patterson mom just called you. Got some new information. Go ahead and talk to us about that. What's going on with that situation?
Well, first I want to just say shout out to Alexis Patterson, and may God continue to protect her. And that may sound strange because most people think that this young lady is dead, and maybe they should think that for her protection. However, like after speaking through her moms, it's like I know enough to resolve the Alexis Patterson case. And I won't do that out of respect for her mama. Her mama is a very beautiful person, not just physically beautiful, but she got a very beautiful personality, very beautiful soul, got a very beautiful family as far even her, you know, from her kids to her cousins, brothers, her mom, recently I have gotten to know things about them. So, out of respect for all of them, it's things that I won't speak upon.
Right.
But what I will speak upon is the fact that 8 million children go missing every year, bro. You know what I mean? Not 8. 8 is bad.
8 is terrible.
Not 8,000. Not even 800,000. But 8 million children go missing every year, bro. 22,000 children go missing every day. And that's crazy. We hear about Amber Alerts about this child being missing every now and then. But like, think about 8 million. Like, why the government and the news not talking about that? And for people think I'm just talking, like, look it up. 8 million children every year go missing.
I'm doing it right now.
Now, it hit home in, I believe it was May of 02, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it hit home with Alexis Patterson. And that was a very, very big case, not just in Milwaukee, but around the world.
Right.
So we got to look at why the government spend more time targeting drug dealers, trying to lock drug dealers up, and not so much time looking into the 8 million kids a year that's going missing. And I can tell you why, bro, believe it or not, but just how we got cartels and it's, the international drug trade, and, a lot of my homeboys is still dope boys, but it's also a business. Ironically, as crazy as it may seem, there's also a business where people kidnap and sell kids to be sold into like sex trafficking and even human sacrifice, bro. When I spoke upon this on Digital Social Hour, it did over 1 million views, but that's not enough. People need to draw more light into this because there are elite people. Like, let's say me and you just decide to start our own security firm, right? We not that big. We might be able to hire, let's say, 12 security guards. That's our security. But we got elite rich families who use organizations like the FBI, the CIA, the DEA as their security. So they own these organizations. So if you own these organizations, you can do whatever you want to do. You pay them. You tell them what to do and what not to do. Who to target, who not to target. What to investigate, what not to investigate. And with regards to the Alexis Patterson case, they solved this. They solved the case, bro. They know everything I know and more.
When you say they,
the government and the MPD, they know what's going on. The FBI, they know what's going on, but they won't talk about it because they will be exposing the people above them, the people who responsible for their paychecks. You know what I mean? The people who control them, they being controlled too. So not everybody gonna speak on this. You know what I'm saying? And not long ago, before I even got certain information from the mother of Alexis Patterson, it was a close associate, a female friend who I always had love and respect for, who had her own perspective on what she was hearing about the case, and it wasn't good. She was saying that Alexis Patterson mama and family was a part of her being missing, and they was saying that they even knew about and probably participated in her being cute. So you can't always just go off, no matter how much respect you got for a person. You can't always just listen to what they say and just take it for what for that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have your own mind, do your own research, look into things, and I'm glad that I didn't speak upon it before I spoke to Alexis' mama. And how God and the universe work, bro, is like it's crazy how I even got in touch with her. You know what I'm saying?
How did
Because
that come about?
I was,
How did that come about?
it's, it's crazy, bro. Like the crazy thing that I was already talking to uh, the goddess before, you know, I even thought about publicizing the Alexis Patterson situation, but she so like low key that she never even told me that she was the mother at first. You know, I just recently saw a picture of Alexis Patterson on her page, a few pictures, and I asked her like, was you related to her or do you know her personally? And she like, shit, that was my firstborn. And I'm like,
Wow.
wow, that's crazy. And it went from there. You know, she opened up to me and I opened up to her, and I felt for her, because you got to think of what a mother, bro, even a father would go through when you got a missing child. You got to worry about every day and night. Where's my child? Is she okay? Is he okay? Like, is they dead? You know, is this happening to him? Will I ever see him again? You know what I mean? You got to worry about this every day and night. That'll drive most people crazy. You know, so for her to still be in the mental and spiritual state that she in is like remarkable and amazing. So I got like a lot of love and respect for her, you know, and we've been we've been bonding. So with the bond that we already have, I won't speak on what I know, but I just want to expose the fact that MPD, the Milwaukee police, and the federal government, they know what happened and they don't want to expose it. And it's because they don't want to shine light on the 8 million children that's coming up missing every year, the 22,000 children that's coming up missing every day. And it's because it's people above them. They got a whole lot of money and power, not what we consider having a lot of money and power in the streets, but money and power on a whole nother level. And they not willing to expose what's going on behind the scenes with this government. They rather target drug dealers like Free Pete. I got a Free Mo. I got a lot of people that's locked up for selling drugs, non-violent crimes. When there's people out here really kidnapping kids on the daily, raping these kids on the daily, killing these kids, sacrificing them. And believe it or not, some of these people really drink these children's blood because of the adrenochrome that's in this blood gives them a supernatural high, and the sacrifice, the rituals behind this gives them more. Man, I just maybe we shouldn't even go that deep off into it on this platform, because I don't want to put your platform in jeopardy, bro. You know what I mean? Certain platforms they don't care. They more open to talk about this type of stuff. I know you used to, you know, interviewing like rappers and stuff like that. So what I'm talking about right now would just sound totally crazy on Juice Talk TV.
Not really, not really. That's why we're going into the new year, but we're not going to digress. So, with the situation at hand, do you think that the mother of Alexis Patterson, like, even though she didn't know who you were, I mean, like, you didn't know who she was at first, do you think she gave you the green light and opened up to you because of who she found out who you were, or because she, like, know of your status, or maybe because of your voice?
Yeah, it wasn't her idea for me to publicize nothing. I've been exposing like child sacrifice and stuff like that before me and her started communicating like that. So I asked her once she opened up to me. Now, real recognize real.
Mm-hmm.
I expose a lot of people. It's a lot of other people who I could expose. But my thing is not just to expose people. I expose bitch ass niggas and conniving ass bitches. You know what I mean? I don't get on here talking about real people and what they got going on. Like I'm a secretive person. Real people could talk to me about anything. If they want me to publicize it, I will. If they never want me to tell another person about it, I won't. So she realized that about me. And so she opened up to me about things that she been holding in, things that she don't feel like she could talk about to other people, you know. And some of these things was like, damn, can I trust me? If she said I could talk about everything, I would expose everything and not give a fuck about what the feds, the government, the Illuminati, none of that shit gonna do. They already ruined my life. I'm fighting to get my life back now. There's nothing they can do to me but kill me, and I'm not afraid to die. So I'm gonna continue to speak out about all the evil, corrupt shit they do. You know what I mean? Until I die. You know, my role models, Malcolm X and people like that, done got killed for doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I looked up to them. Jesus Christ came here to die for our people. I don't care about dying, bro. If I gotta die to do whatever God put me here to do, I'm gonna die. And I feel like I'm doing God's will by speaking out. And if I die for it, whoop-de-doo. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this. Why do you choose Juice Talk TV, the platform, to expose certain information?
Well, I chose when I first came out, I chose your platform because I liked the quality for one, and then a lot of other platforms locally. I ain't gonna say no names unless they say my name, but some of these niggas really act like bitches. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And I don't like to really deal with bitch ass niggas like that. So it's like let me I had already knew you from getting my hair cut at White's barbershop, you know what I'm saying? And when you was rapping and it was cool taste. So I found out that's who was behind Juice Talk, and it's like, man, let me reach out to bro and give him this exclusive information and see where it go. Cause I knew once you got the story, you know what I mean, you would be with it. And you know, it's like it was meant because it went viral. Like it did way more views than all your other interviews, and it reached all these so many other platforms that I started doing interviews, you know, all around the United States. I couldn't travel outside the country, but it was people in other countries like London and shit reaching out for interviews, and I've been on platforms in London, like the all over the United Kingdom. So
all started from here.
Yeah, all started from Juice Talk TV. So you know what I'm saying? Y'all want to get y'all story out, y'all from Milwaukee? Fuck with Juice Talk TV.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. The whole situation with you know, Alexis. I'm digressing a little bit. So I'm gonna go back. You know, it's touching. I'm glad you get to talk to a close source, a reliable source at that. And yeah, man, prayers just go out to the family. Prayers go out to the
That
family.
young lady, even though
And she said she rocked with the platform, so I didn't even know she was watching this. I didn't even know she knew nothing about Juice Talk TV. That's crazy. So I definitely appreciate that. We appreciate you as well.
one other thing, even though you know the mother gave me permission to let the world know that Alexis Patterson is alive and well. She went through things. She was impregnated and had a baby when she was 11 years old, bro. So we still have to feel for her, you know, and we still have to pray for her, and we still have to be willing to protect her as well as all the other kids who vulnerable to being kidnapped, raped, tortured, sold into sex traffic, and sacrificed by these evil elite so-called royal families. like the shit is real, bro. Like a lot of people read and hear shit and think it's conspiracy theory. No, I know from my experience. Like Rkelly ain't the only person that I met and talked to about this shit who confirmed it. You know, Ayanna Patterson is not the only person who I talk to about this type of shit who know what's going on. And like it go on, and people need to wake up in 2026, bro. It's a new year. It's time for us to wake up, realize how wicked this government is. Unite, the real people gotta unite, come together and stop this shit, bro. We could really, if we come together, we could really stop this shit.
Before we get out of here, you were offered 50 grand for a boxing match, correct?
No, you talking about 2Real bitch ass, right?
I didn't want to say any names, but there's I've seen the clip floating around, and I just put two and two together. I'm assuming that he didn't say any names either, but I'm assuming that he's talking about you from the way he's talking.
You know he talking about me, bro.
Pulls out 50 grand. Look, my job is to ask questions and don't agree about nothing. So I don't know who he's talking about. So I'm assuming he's talking about you. He pulled out 50 grand and challenges you.
Bro, the clip after that, he said he said Ronnie Ho. The clips before that, when this shit started, he said Ronnie Ho. Everybody know he talking about Ronnie Bo, bro. Like, come on, man.
Okay. 2Real offers Ronnie Bo, challenges Ronnie Bo, $50K for a boxing match.
Look, he wanted to show everybody he got a bank account at Wells Fargo. We don't even know if he took out the little money we seen on the table. Could have been all stacks of ones, and he could have ordered the rest of the money from one of them prop websites or something. So we don't know if he really took out 50K, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But he accepted challenge. Mm-hmm. My last interview with you, I challenged him.
Oh, you challenged him, correct.
Yeah, I challenged him. Let's get it right. I called him out to this fight.
Okay.
Because I was inspired by the Reggie and Tweezy event.
Right.
I was Reggie Brown's corner man at the event, so I'm behind the scenes of it. I'm seeing how big this event, how inspirational it was, how successful it was. And I wanted to do it with 2Real. I couldn't find no other local celebrity who would be willing to fight me in a boxing match or that would make sense. I don't have no issues with too many other people anyway to call out for no event like that. But me and him, we got a little history. I done fucked up his image and his brand. The only way that he can really come back and get some respect from the city is to accept my challenge and fight me. Now, with regards to the 50,000, when he responded, I had just called him out again, like 2 days before Christmas, right? In a live.
Mm-hmm.
In this same live, I'm telling people that I'm on a run. So why would you wait till I say I'm on a run and the police looking for me to decide, oh, I'm going to accept the challenge now? Like, he don't really want to accept the challenge. And another reason, he keep bringing up Steve-O. Now, I never brought up Steve-O, love, until he brought up Steve-O.
And this is the movie guy.
Yeah. So behind the scenes, I contacted Steve-O, love, through Kenny Fly, another huge Milwaukee legend who even Steve-O, I think, look up to. You know what I mean? So I contacted, Steve-O, because I know he in communication with 2Real, and Steve-O was the one who threw the Reggie and Tweezy event. So I'm trying to really make it happen behind the scenes. He fronting for social media. I'm the one really trying to make this fight happen behind the scenes. Steve-O can vouch for that if he ever speak up. 2Real plan. But I think eventually, if people like keep speaking up, because I've been seeing people like rooting for it and like really want to see us get in the ring and fight. If y'all keep, rooting for it, man, tell 2Real, let's do this and get a city what they want to see. Let's put on for the city. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready. I'm willing. When he tried to make it seem like it's about 50,000, people kept pushing me to respond to that. I eventually responded and posted 60,000. You know what I'm saying? So he just fucking around, bro. But I think if he really want to do it, I think it'll be big for the city, and it can inspire the city, you know, to pick the gloves up and put the guns down.
Real talk, real talk. So, if it does happen, will it be like a sense of increase the peace, squash the beef situation type
Yeah,
ordeal?
that's all
Or
it is.
is it, you know?
I don't want nothing to happen to Buddy, man. He can act as tough as he want to act on social media. I'm tough in real life, but I'm also humble and I got a heart. Like I don't want to see nothing bad happen to him. I don't want him to get shot or killed. You know, I don't want to, you know, have to stump him out with the guys or none of that. I just want to get in the ring. You know, he should be able to take a punch with some gloves on. I know I could. I've been in many fights. I grew up in the boxing gloves fighting the bros. We sharpen each other, toughen each other up. So I'm built for that. And if he can take a punch, you know, if he not afraid to risk embarrassment in the ring, then you know, let's do it. Other than that, it's all that tough shit. I'm not feeding into it. I know, dude. I was locked up with him in Wales. I know he ain't as tough as he try to act on social media. You know, I ain't finna feed into that. I don't want nothing to happen to him. You know what I'm saying? He probably maybe by now he wants something to happen to me because I put him out there, but he forced me to do that because before I exposed him, all I did was call him out on your show. But then he went as far as saying I'm lying about the conversation me and him had about Tweezy. Once he said I'm lying about that, I'm a strategist. I was prepared for you to say I'm lying so I can expose you. Anything anybody ever said I was lying about, whether it was the JayZ shit, the Rkelly shit, or whatever, I showed documented proof that they can look up. When he said I was lying, I showed proof that's documented in phone call. And that's what fucked him up. And from there, you know, people start like his baby mamas and females he dealt with in the past start contacting me saying he did this and that to them when they was young or other things that I ain't even exposed yet. And if he don't take the fight, then this, yeah, I'm gonna have to blackmail him. And if he don't take the fight, I'm gonna expose some other shit about him. This is gonna make him shut his page down again.
I think it'll be huge for the city. It'll be a good look. And I don't want to see nothing happen to neither one of you guys. I like both of y'all, man. Both of y'all very smart. Both of y'all very strategic. Um, y'all both like know how to move and move the internet. I think y'all should just keep that like that, man. But more power to both of you brothers, man. I hope that y'all can really settle the differences and, like I said, increase the peace, squash the beef. 2026. Um, Anything that you want to, let the people know about grind mode, what you got coming, what you got going on.
Well, with regards to grind mode, you know, I'm gonna take this grind mode shit to a whole nother level in 2026. It ain't just the teas, you know. Everybody know I write books, but you know, I developed a business relationship with Ayanna Patterson, who is Alexis Patterson moms. Now, she just put me up on all these, you know, natural herbs. You know, like I'm coughing now. I don't got the flu or COVID like that, but I do have asthma and bronchitis. And around this time of the year, it started really affecting me. So I'm congested. She gave me some things this healing that. She, believe it or not, this lady, you know, been connected because of who she is. She been connected with major people all over the world, from Minister Louis Farrakhan to Dr. Sebi's wife and the NAACP. So she very established, and what she do for business could really like heal a lot of people, not just physically, but spiritually and mentally and emotionally. And I'm gonna be the first example. People will start seeing a whole nother Ronnie Bo this year within the next few months. A more positive Ronnie Bo. You know, I'm healed like most of us. When you come from the streets, bro, you know, we grow up. Some of our parents and uncles and shit be crackheads, heroin addicts, and they don't know how to raise us right. So from the earliest stages, we going through shit mentally and emotionally as kids, and then because we weren't raised right, we start going through shit in our adult life with our baby mama or baby daddies, and going to jail, and all that shit really like damage you mentally and emotionally. So it take a real person to admit, man, I need to be healed. And I opened up to the goddess and told her, look, I need to be healed. And she extended her hand, and the healing process already started. So once people see, you know, my growth, I want to be able to show them, you know, what it took for me to get to where I'm at, and heal them as well. So I'm a stamp the business and expand on what she doing with grind mode, because I have people all around the world as well who contact me from giving my phone number out on certain platforms, and they look up to me. They read my books. So once I let them know that I have these products and services that can heal them physically, mentally, and emotionally, you know, I know that they will support it. And I'm a all type of shit this year, bro. I'm gonna start back doing the music again and pushing other younger artists, and my new life story, Grind Out Shine Later. The memoirs coming out soon. The documentary coming out soon, and you know, Happy New Year to everybody.
Man, we appreciate you coming back to Juice Talk TV for the 1,000th time. Hope to have you more here in 2026. Much love and respect to your career. Much positivity going into the fight, the challenge with you and 2Real. Hope you guys can get that differences settled. And shout out to Alexis Patterson's mom, Ayana.
Ayana
Patterson.
Patterson.
Much love and respect and prayers to the family. Juice Talk TV, Ronnie Bo. We out.